Game Points, TSN 690. That music means we're going to talk football. Just watching the election stuff in the background in the United States. The CBC feed has Obama at 275 electoral votes, and CNN has it at 274. I'm not sure if that's an exchange rate situation but in any event. We're going to talk some football here on the program. We got 4 games to go over, but Stefano Micella, who helps us organize our weekly pool here. You can see the standings, by the way, on GamePointsRadio.com. Check out the show's blog, and you'll see that it's myself, Mo Khan, Stefano Micella, the producer slot, which most recently has been filled by Eric Thomas making the picks, Mitch Gallo of Melnick in the Afternoon, and Sean Coleman, a producer here at the station. We are all in this pool. Now, Stefano, give us an update.
Well, Matthew, you remain in first place, and with Mitch Gallo's 1-3 week, you jumped the game on him. You're at 22-14, while Mitch Gallo is at 20-16. Meanwhile, I am in third place at 19-17, and Mo Khan, thanks to a 3-1 week, moves into a fourth place tie with Eric at 17-19, and Sean Coleman in last at 16-20.
All right, but it sounds like 16-20. You probably had a 500 week.
Yeah,
there you go. All right, Sean Coleman. Let's give him a round of applause. Remember, last year, Sean Coleman, for the year, was about 35% in picking games. Unbelievable. So that's good stuff right there. All right, so 4 games this week, Stefano. Let it rip.
All right, not a lot of really marquee matchups, but a lot of teams right in the middle of the playoff hunt needing a big win here. Here we have an interconference matchup. San Diego Chargers, 3.5-point underdogs on the road at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow. Well, Chargers are coming off a pretty good win. I like the extra rest situation. Chargers had a few extra days. They played Thursday night. Tampa Bay's coming off a big win on the road. I'm going to say this is going to be a very close game. I'm going to take the points here in this one. People are still going to underestimate the Chargers a little bit. They do have some talent. I think that win is going to put them back on track as compared to where they were earlier in the year when they did have a 3-0 start to the season. Give me the points. Give me San Diego.
You know, I, too, will take San Diego. A long layoff for them. They're coming off a big win over KC, even though they are 1-7 at the present time. But San Diego is going up against their former teammate Vincent Jackson. There's a lot of talk about how they missed on re-signing him and going with Robert Meacham and Eddie Royal. I think San Diego has a chip on their shoulder, cross-country travel, but nonetheless, they'll give them the Chargers to win this football game.
Yeah, that's interesting because normally Mo doesn't like the cross-country travel, and he always goes against it.
I do, yes.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with both of you guys in this one. I look at the San Diego Chargers as a streaky team, and earlier this year they had a string of 3 losses in 4 games. I believe that this starts their streak, including last week's win, of a streak of wins for them, and I don't think Doug Martin has nearly the same day on the ground as he did last week, running for 4 TDs and something close to 300 yards, so I don't see that happening again. I think the San Diego Chargers take this one on the road.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, despite all their improvements, they haven't really showed that they can hang in a game 4 quarters defensively. And last week we saw that against Oakland, where Oakland kind of made a run for it at the end, if not for Carson Palmer's late interceptions. But I think San Diego will have a pretty good day offensively, and that's why they'll keep it close, so I'll take the points as well with the Chargers.
All right.
Sean Coleman has taken the San Diego as well, and Mitch Gallo, the only one taking the Bucks.
Ooh, all right, so we're all going to gain a game on Mitch Gallo. Game number 2.
Game number 2, we have an NFC North matchup. The Detroit Lions coming off a couple of big wins. 2.5-point favorites on the road at Minnesota.
Boy, that's a tough one. I'll tell you something. On the road, the Lions, to me, I know that Michael LaShore is starting to get things going, and people are starting to jump right back on that Lions bandwagon. But here is where the NFL is so unpredictable. Everyone thought the Vikings would win at home against Tampa. That didn't happen a couple of weeks ago. This time around, everyone's going to take the Lions. I'm going to take the Vikings. I think they can rebound here. Adrian Peterson, he looks pretty good. If they can get that running game going early, they'll keep the ball away from Matthew Stafford. Give me the Vikings.
I'm going opposite of you. I know last time these two teams played in Detroit failed miserably against the Vikings. However, now on the road, as you pointed out, Mikel Shore had a great game on the road against Jacksonville. Minnesota right now isn't playing well on defense, and I think if they can get that running game early established in this football game, they'll have an easier time. And also, Calvin Johnson, I think he's due for a big game, and the breakout game comes this Sunday against the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you guys. I think the Detroit Lions, sitting at 4-4, have underachieved so far this season. I don't think that continues to happen. Not only that, but in this matchup, two teams where this is a rematch of an earlier game from this season. Detroit losing by 7 points earlier in the year. So I see a little revenge here, even though it's on the road. I'll take Detroit.
Big part of the win last time in Detroit was Percy Harvin in the special teams game, and he had a return for a touchdown. He suffered an injury last week. He looks like he's a long shot to play or at least be at 100%. I think that's a huge difference. That's a big part of the Vikings offense. So I'm going to take the Lions as well. And Mitch Gallo and Sean Coleman have both taken the Lions. So, Matthew, you're either going to gain a game on everybody or lose a game.
All right. Well, sorry, guys. I like
You like to live dangerously.
Yeah. All right, game number 3.
Game number 3, an NFC East matchup. And I'll tell you what, this is just two teams off of slumps, which will make it hard to predict, I think, for all of us. Dallas, 1.5-point favorites on the road at Philadelphia.
I'm going to take the Eagles here. It's a horrible offensive line for the Eagles. It's not Michael Vick's fault completely. I didn't think he was at fault in that game yesterday. I like the Eagles here. Getting points at home. No running game for the Cowboys on the road with Felix Jones. Give me the Eagles.
I will second that. Eagles right now, I think, can establish the run game early. LaShawn McCoy had over 100 yards rushing against New Orleans.
In the first half.
And think about Dallas right now, they're banged up on the defensive side of the ball. Give them the Eagles to win this game.
I say this is a bounce-back game for Dallas, who kept it close with Atlanta last week. I say they take a little momentum off of that. Things are horrible in Philadelphia right now, and I don't see it getting any better this week included. It doesn't matter that the Eagles are playing at home. It doesn't matter that they're the underdogs and can play off that role. I think Dallas is the better team right now, and they have more to look forward to as the season progresses than Philly does. I think the Eagles are about to shut it down starting this week.
I'm taking the Cowboys as well. I mean, you look at the Eagles, they were on the road against the Saints and playing one of probably the worst defense in the league, and they still couldn't get it going offensively. And despite the injuries the Cowboys have, they have a good defense overall, so I don't see how the Eagles are going to be able to be successful. And Mitch Gallo and Sean Coleman are both taking Eagles as well.
All right, final game. Let's squeeze it in.
Sunday night, this is the big one of the week. Houston Texans, 1.5-point underdogs on the road at 7-1 Chicago.
I like the Texans a lot. I really do, but I'll tell you, I can't go against that Bears defense right now. I'm not a huge Jay Cutler fan. Everybody knows that, but this is about the Bears' defense and their ability to create turnovers and create havoc. They're playing at home here. They have to keep pace with the Atlanta Falcons to try and get that top seed. Give me the Bears.
I'll second that as well. Mike, you're Paul Ryan to Mitt Romney or something like that. Anyway, I'll take the Bears in this situation. Again, their defense is playing amazing right now. I want to see how Houston reacts playing a Sunday night primetime game again on the road this time in the windy city of Chicago. But give them the Bears because I think their defense could be the X factor in winning this football game.
I've liked the Bears' defense all season, but partly because they're on my fantasy squad. I don't think that they have the same type of production that they've had the past couple of weeks, getting all those defensive TDs. And I think that Houston Texans defense shuts down Jay Cutler and Matt Forte for the most part. I think it's a close game that Houston pulls out, but it'll be a tough one to win. But I am going to take the Texans.
Well, given the fact that President Obama won tonight, I think it's going to be an all-Illinois week, so I'll go with the Bears.
All right, and the other two gentlemen?
Both Bears.
All right, so there you go. Going to be some interesting results in this pool this week, that's for sure. Go to GamePointsRadio.com to see all of the picks, and we'll post this segment as well this week on there.